So let's get into some of the details about Zofran for a moment. One thing that you mentioned earlier, and I think most of the people that are watching these videos may not really have picked up on if you're not familiar with all of this, is you talked about GlaxoSmithKline having created this drug in the 80s, released in the 90s, and then it became generic in 2006.
That's correct.
What is the significance of that?
Well, there's a very significant impact that a generic drug has on the rights of somebody to bring a claim. In many states, because of a federal case, we're not able to sue GlaxoSmithKline if somebody was taking a generic drug. There are 3 states, technically 4 states, I'll get into the 4th one. There's 3 states where we can bring claims against GlaxoSmithKline for use of a generic drug. Those are California, Illinois, and Vermont. The 4th one, and the reason I said there's sort of a caveat on that, is Alabama. And the reason is that even though a court in Alabama has held that GlaxoSmithKline could be held responsible for a generic drug, the legislature in Alabama, after that court had made that decision, passed a law, and the governor signed it in Alabama saying that they're going to immunize GlaxoSmithKline from those lawsuits if the case is filed after November 1st of 2015.
But what about the company that made the generic drug?
There's a United States Supreme Court case called Pleva versus Mensing, and that case held that a generic manufacturer can't be held responsible if a name brand drug's warning was used by them. So if they followed the warning that GlaxoSmithKline put out there, the courts have held that they've met their statutory obligation and that they can't be held responsible.
So the lawsuits that we're bringing are against GlaxoSmithKline for their name brand drug Zofran.
That's correct.
And this is why it is so important, why we have asked so many of every single one of our clients to obtain their pharmacy records or medical records so we know exactly what prescription they took.
Yeah, well actually we do ask our clients what did they take, whether it was name brand or generic, but we'll actually go through the process of ordering the records for them so that they don't have to. If they're able to obtain them, that's great, but if they want us to obtain them for them, we'll do all the record ordering and follow up on that for them.